Hi there, everybody, and welcome to the Early Years Meet the Teacher. I'm Mrs. Marriott, and I am the Robin class reception teacher.
I am Miss McGovern, and I am the Goldfinch teacher in reception.
And I'm Miss Scheibler, I'm the nursery teacher in Rent class.
We're going to share with you a few slides to give you some further information about the foundation stage. Okay, so you might have noticed if you came to our previous Google Meets that there have been a few staff changes, and that was due to some changes we needed to make in the nursery class. So Goldfinch class is Miss McGovern and Mrs. Owen. Robin class is Mrs. Marriott and Linda, and Wren class is Miss Scheibel, Simon all day, and Joan in the mornings. And Antonella supports throughout the classes throughout the week. Okay, so we wanted to share with you our mission, vision and values, which you might have already seen in our newsletter. So this has just been launched this year, and we're really excited about our new curriculum. So we really want to make sure that we have a world-class curriculum and that we take the learning at Larkrise beyond what is written in the national curriculum in order to inspire our children through the values of creativity, kindness and adventure. So our mission is to have a vibrant and caring school which reflects the diversity of our community, and our vision is to provide a world-class curriculum which has high expectations for every child and within which well-being is nurtured and learning is limitless. So through the inspiring curriculum, we will be inspiring through creativity, kindness and adventure. This term, our big question is, who do you want to be like when you grow up? And our core text is going to be Astro Girl by Ken Wilson Max. So we're going to be thinking about different occupations and who children would like to be like when they grow up and what qualities they would like to have. We're also going to be thinking a little bit about space and finding out more about what happens in that book. Over the next few weeks, we will have a more in-depth workshop about our Inspire curriculum where you'll be able to find out more and ask further questions.
And in the nursery, our big question this term is, what makes you special? And our core text is Super Duper You by Sophie Henn. So we'll be looking at different things like what are our talents, what do we like, what are our families like, what are our bodies, and we'll be doing lots of activities surrounding that.
So our Larkrise Primary School Behaviour for Learning expectations, we've shortened our Inspire curriculum down to 3 features: be the best you can be kind, and meeting the challenge. So being the best you can be is the overarching expectations that we always strive for improvement, being curious, having a growth mindset, so never giving up and having a go, and always being kind. So being kind is being kind to ourselves, being kind to others, being kind to the community and kind to the planet, which we'll try and link in with some of the stories that we do and discussions that we'll have in the classroom with the children. And finally, meet the challenge is having a sense of adventure. So being resilient, persistent and not giving up, which is really important. And again, we'll use stories and discussions and songs and different ways of getting this across to children. Over on the right, you can see that our rewards for good behaviours. So we always reward the children with praising positive behaviour. We can see children behaving in a way that is kind and meeting the challenge. And then after that, we do school tokens. So if a child is consistently showing positive behaviour, we can give them a token, and that goes into the whole school behaviour system. And then after that, we can tell the family. So it's you might get a phone call from us, you might get a letter or a postcard. We do wow slips in reception and Goldfinch, so you can do them at home. So you can show us something they've been doing amazingly at home, and likewise we can do it back to you. And then finally, golden awards. So this will be one child that particular week who might have just shown consistently great behaviour, been following our behaviour for learning expectations. And there will be a golden assembly, which will be done virtually at the moment, where one child will receive their golden certificate, and the teacher will explain a little bit about what that child has done that week to receive that. And this slide is about our behaviour for learning expectations as well. So obviously when we see positive behaviour, we really want to be jumping on that first and showing how great that is so the other children can copy that positive behaviour. If a child is not following the behaviour expectations, then to get them back on the track, we have this system on the right. And that will be first a reminder. So just reminding children that we use kind hands, that we're kind, we meet the challenge, and to be the best we can be. That's followed by a reminder and a choice. So children can choose which behaviours they make. Can they make a positive behaviour? That's followed by a reflection in class. So that might be an area in class where they can think about the choices they've made and have a discussion with an adult around that. And next would be a work away from the class as some restorative action. So at the moment, this would still be within our bubbles, but the child would have a chance to think about the choices they made and maybe make things better if they didn't make the best choices. And finally, we would talk to the family about your behaviour, and we'd maybe phone you up in the day if it was something more serious. But we will always talk to you at the end of the day about your child's day anyway, and pass over any information about how their day was.
Okay, so I'm sure you're all becoming aware of how our school day functions. So the classroom door opens in the morning for settling and registration, between 8:40 and 8:50 for reception, and 8:30 and 8:40 for nursery. And it really is extremely important that we all arrive on time, especially for the COVID safety at the moment, but also because it really helps children settling in, and children who arrive late can feel a little bit uncomfortable about joining the session later than everybody else, and also might miss valuable learning time. Okay, so when the children arrive, they will now be washing their hands on arrival, and also throughout the day when entering and leaving the classroom. Before lunch, we do a thorough soapy wash at lunchtime after our toileting, and we would also wash our hands after blowing noses, coughing and sneezing. So we are regularly talking to the children about the importance of good hygiene. So please send your child in each day with a named water bottle. There will be some at the office shortly. Actually, in foundation, we do have cups which we sanitize thoroughly afterwards, because we also have milk as well. So following up the school day pattern, at 11:30 the reception children eat their lunch in the school hall, so we all go up together, and the nursery children who are staying for lunch eat in the classroom, while the children who are staying for the 15 hours a week will be released at the front gate. Once all of the reception children have had their lunch, they come down to the foundation garden for an outdoor play. At 12:15, the nursery afternoon children will be greeted at the gate for their settling in time. So please also make sure you are prompt for this time, because obviously this takes up adult time coming to the gate to unlock, and so we need everybody there on time. At home time, the classroom door opens at 3 o'clock for reception and 3:15 for the nursery. We do ask again that you are on time for these collections, as that really helps children feel really comfortable and happy when their grown-up is waiting for them with everybody else. So in the reception class, children will soon be able to purchase a Lark Rise book bag at a price of £4 from the school office. And these are, when we start sending home our reading records and book bags, really helpful for your child to have a book bag. Some other information: if your child needs to take any medication during the day, they need to complete a form at the front office. And if your child does have asthma, please make sure their asthma pumps are in date and are in school. For reception children, PE will be outside once a week, goldfinches on a Thursday, robins on a Friday. And on these days, please make sure your child has suitable footwear that they can run about in. You'll be able to purchase a Lark Rise t-shirt via email when they become available, and we will let you know about this. Nursery children do physical activity throughout the day, but at the moment they don't require extra clothes for this.
So absence, we ask that you keep your child off school only if they have any of the following symptoms. So a high temperature, hot to the touch, and that should be over 38 degrees. A new or continuous cough, so this means coughing for more than an hour or 3 more coughing episodes in 24 hours, or a loss or change in sense of smell or taste. So if they've noticed they cannot smell or taste anything, or things smell or taste different to normal. Most people with coronavirus have one of these symptoms at least. And if your child has any of these symptoms, then they should not be in school. But if they have kind of just a general runny nose or anything that would just be maybe a normal cold, they are okay to be in as long as they're feeling okay. And if you do have any of the symptoms above, then you need to go and get a test to check if they have coronavirus as soon as possible. And there is more information on that on the website. And stay at home. So please don't have visitors until you get your test results, and only leave your home to have a test. And then your child and your family should all self-isolate. And if you have a test, then the results need to be shown to the school before the child returns as well. So home learning and blended learning. So the teaching staff have all had training recently on Google Classrooms, which is a way for teachers to send activities and set classwork for the children if they're not learning in school. We are currently preparing to use Google Classroom in the unlikely event of another lockdown, and we eventually use this for children who need to self-isolate for 14 days so that they can continue to access the learning that's happening in class. Until this is embedded, though, we will send home activities for children who are under quarantine, like we were doing before in lockdown.
Okay, so reading has a very high priority in the early years and throughout the school. And reading to and with your child and really encouraging them to develop a love of reading is one of the most important things you can do to support their future success. So this year we have really revamped our curriculum, as we spoke about previously, and we have chosen diverse and high quality core and supporting texts to be drivers for the curriculum. We teach early reading using the Department for Education's Letters and Sounds programme, which is a high quality phonics programme which teaches children systematically the different approaches to reading. We also use the Bug Club programme from Pearson as a staged reading scheme, and you'll be getting further information about that and how you'll be able to log on online to the Bug Club texts. And we've also recently invested in a large number of hard copies as text as well. So children will bring books home to share with you at least weekly. And as we mentioned before, the book bags will still be will soon be available for you. Usually the books will include an aspirational or a learning text, which children will need your support to read, as well as a book of their choice, which they can enjoy independently. When books return to school, they will be quarantined for at least 72 hours on the return before they're sent home to another household.
And finally, we have some upcoming dates that you can see on the screen at the moment. These will all meetings will be done virtually at the moment. So we have a virtual coffee morning a phonics open session. So if you want to understand a little bit more about how the children will be learning to read, it's great to come along to. There's a Future Visions Google meeting, a grandparents open morning where grandparents are invited to come and have a virtual tour of the school on Friday the 2nd, an early years reading open morning on the 8th of October, and the Larkwise Rainbow Run will be Friday the 9th of October, and there'll be more information about that in the newsletter. And then we have a lower school stay and learn on the Tuesday 20th of October, the maths open morning, and a whole school open afternoon. So a lot of these will be virtual, and there'll be more information in the newsletter. And finally, we recognise educating a child is a team effort, and at Larkwise we value our relationships with parents and the wider community. So any quick messages can be shared at the start and end of the day via the email address there. Or if you need to speak to us at length, please do contact the office to arrange a phone conversation. And if you can offer any help or special expertise in any of the topics that we're doing, please let us know, because it's lovely to have people sharing information with us.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us electronically to hear this further information. If you do have any questions or comments, please do get in touch. Thank you very much.
Thank you.